we have completed addition, subtraction and multiplication. The left out one is division. So we are going with error of quotient. Same way we will like how we have taken in the previous cases. We will be taking two measurements A and B, including their errors will be considered. So the resultant of combination we will take it as a Z. So the same concept will continue. Just like multiplication, it will be similar to multiplication, like how we have addition is similar to, sorry, subtraction is similar to addition. So here this division will be little similar to multiplication part. So you'll see that same whatever this theory is coming from the starting onwards, two physical quantities A and B, and have measured values A plus or minus delta A, B plus or minus delta B, and delta A and delta B are absolute errors in those individual measurements, and Z is equals to A by B I am considering here. Okay, whatever we consider, based on that only we are continuing now. So when we have to take overall, what we will do here also, we will be taking Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to, this overall measurement is A plus or minus delta A, B overall measurement is B plus or minus delta B, including our absolute error. Now Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to, what we are doing in the denominator I have taken common, B I have taken common. So what we got, 1 plus or minus delta B by B I got. Here if I multiply this B into it, so what happens, this B if it goes inside, so B into 1 B, and B if it is multiplied to second term, it will be cancelled out, again we'll get back to delta B. That means we'll come back to this step only. Okay, I just took common B out. Okay, now what we do is this term, whatever this term is there, if we write up, what happens, it will become inverse. Okay, so 1 plus or minus delta B by B whole inverse it will become. Here power 1 will be there, when it goes up it will become inverse, and this B I am dividing to these two terms. Okay, next further if we continue, this we will be using binomial theory and we will be expanding. So when we use binomial theory and expand, only two terms will write. Usually binomial theory comes in the mathematics, very long expansion will be there, only I am writing up to two terms. So you just remember it in short, whatever minus 1 is there, that will come here, it will be multiplied here. In that way, in short, you remember it. So what happens, 1, this minus if it comes here, plus or minus becomes minus r plus 1 minus r plus delta B by B it will become. Okay, so this A by B plus or minus delta A by B, this has become 1 minus r plus delta B by B. So this, for this we applied binomial expansion. Only thing is these all steps are clear. So this step, this whatever bracket part is there in the denominator, that went up, so that this power 1 became minus 1, and this minus 1 we expanded by using binomial expansion. Still we can expand, so many terms will be there. We are exempting it to only two terms. This minus 1 will come over here. In short, you just remember it because it will come in binomial theory mathematics. For here, for time being, you just remember this much. Now if we extend this further, what happens, we'll see. So this A by B into 1, A by B, next A by B into delta B by B. So all this if we expand, we'll see in the next step. So what happens, A by B plus or minus A by B into delta B by B, next step it is, next delta plus or minus delta A by B plus or minus delta A by B. Here 1 is there, no, this delta A by B into 1, delta A by B, next delta A into delta B by B into B, last term. Okay, that is what we got here. Next here, so dividing LHS by Z and RHS by A by B. So what we are doing here, I'll write over here so that you will have clarity. Till this, no some difficulties in this. Next step onwards, I need to write because direct steps will be there. Just give me a second. Now, so if I divide left side with this, what do we get? Z plus or minus, this is not clear. I'll take up here only. Wait a minute. Take white background. Just a minute. Oh. So what we have is, so we have to divide left side with Z. Z, I'm writing here, Z plus or, okay. z plus or minus delta z. We have to divide with z, no? So individually I'm writing z by z, delta z by z is equals to, right side what we are dividing with a by b. So already a by b is there, by a by b plus or minus a by b into ab by b is there. Sorry, delta b by b. Just a minute. This is z. Second term is delta b by b is there. Overall, we have to divide with a by b. Next, plus or minus delta a by b is there. This also we have to divide with a by b only. Next, plus or minus delta a by b into delta b by b by a by b we have to do. Okay, now so what happens, this a by b will cancel out, here we will get 1, so this a by b will cancel out, only delta b by b will be left out here. So this b terms will cancel out because this will go up, this b whatever is there in numerator that will become denominator, right? Somebody is asking something, just a minute. Can't you see screen?
Yes, sir.
Everyone could see it now? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We can see.
Right. Just mute yourself. Now, next, here, this in both the terms b is there, one b will cancel out. Okay. Next, so this a will come to denominator here, b, this already one more b is there. Let me cancel out this b so that it will be easy. This b I am cancelling it out. Okay, delta b by b will be there and this a will come to denominator. Now we'll see that. So what comes there? A minute. Now, so what did we write here? I need to write one more step to get this. So what is happening for this? Just a minute. So what is left out? Z by z is 1 plus or minus delta z by z is equals to 1 plus or minus delta b by b. Okay, this term here plus or minus delta a by a. Okay, I'll write clearly. Delta a by a. Next, plus or minus delta a by a. This a is coming to denominator here already, into delta b by b is there. And in the last derivation in multiplication part, already we have seen that delta a into delta b, if it is there, those values are small and that can be neglected. So this part can be neglected. And what is left out? 1 plus or minus delta b by b plus or minus delta a by a is there. So this 1 and 1 also can be cancelled out because both sides the same is there. Plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus. So this term is completely cancelled out. So what is left out? Plus or minus delta z by z is equals to plus or minus delta b by b plus or minus delta a by a. That is what left out. That is what directly I have written here. Okay, how this step has come from here to here means this is how it comes. Okay, I hope you understood it. Next, if I continue further, so what we can write further, just still see. So plus or minus can be omitted, plus or minus can be omitted, and this delta a into delta b and this term is neglected. Okay, now so what is left out finally? I'll clear this, then you can see it now. So delta z by z is equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. Okay, so that is what we left out from this step I am writing over here. Okay, now so what we can conclude, when two quantities are divided, the relative error in the final result is the sum of the relative errors of the individual quantities. Okay, again it is ending up with the same previous multiplication. So again you can make one more rule here. When two quantities are multiplied or divided, the final result is the sum of the relative errors in the individual quantities, right? Next, we will see one more part, right? Next, multiplication, division also completed. Now we will move on to next one, right? Errors of an exponent. If power is there in a measurement, how the error should be taken? Okay, if two values are added, subtracted, multiplied, divided, all the four factors we have seen. Now if the error is having a power, how it has to be taken, that we will see. Now suppose a physical quantity A has measured, and as we know, the measurement will be involving absolute error A plus or minus delta A, where delta A is absolute error, that is a known theory only. Suppose if we consider Z is equals to A power P, how the means if the measurement Z is, if A in terms of A power P, if it is there in terms of our measured values power of some P, this P can be any value A or B, you can take some other letter also. Here I have taken P because the power I have got, the same thing I have taken. Now suppose in the values, if we have powers, how to find errors, that is what the last one is. Now so what we can write, A is equals to A into A into A into A. How many times we'll write? P times we can write. That is what A power P means. A power N means N times we'll write. No, A power P means P times we are writing. No much difference in this. So generally, including error, if we measure, what do we measure? Z plus or minus delta Z we will write. Okay. Z plus or minus delta Z can be written as A plus or minus delta A into A plus or minus delta A. This will be continued. How many times? P times it will be continued. Okay. Now again, whenever multiplication or division comes, we will go with relative error only. Then only it will be easy for us. Okay. We cannot go with normal addition thing. So there we will not end up with the result if we go with addition thing. So again here I am going with the relative error concept only. Delta Z by Z if I write. So what we can write? Delta A by A, delta A by A, delta A by A, delta A by A. It can be continued. Okay. As per rules of errors. As per rules of errors means already we have seen what we call multiplication. We have seen, no? If two things are multiplied, then A and B, A plus or minus delta A, B plus or minus delta B, if it is multiplied, what we have taken? The resultant error is sum of their absolute errors we have taken, means some of their relative errors we have taken in the previous case. I'll show you that. I'll come back to this and I'll show you. So in product we have got, no, if two things are there like A plus or minus delta A, B plus or minus delta B, Z plus or minus delta Z is equals to A plus or minus delta A into B plus or minus delta B, if it is there, what we have taken directly, its relative error we have taken in the result. Delta Z by Z is equals to delta A by A, delta B by B. So that is what we got here, but here we have more multiplication things, right? So many are there. Delta A plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta A. How many are there? That many relative errors has to be taken. Okay, delta A by A, delta A by A, delta A by A, in summation of that we have taken, because already we have seen that rule, multiplication rule, that only I am implementing over here. Or if we write further, so what we can write? P into, how many times we are writing this? P times we are writing, no, this. So simply we can write P into delta A by A. In short, we can write this. We can short it and write this. So suppose if error is there, that power will come into starting. Okay, it will come as a multiplication in case of errors. Okay, right. So what we are writing, if P is negative, here there is a note, if P is negative, modulus of P is taken, because errors due to multiplication quantities get added up. This point already we have come across in this, where in we have seen here, just a minute, relative error concept, combination of errors of sum we have taken. Directly we got delta A plus delta B. In errors of difference also we got delta A plus delta B only. Okay, because errors are when we are doing errors, we are not having any negative things when we are adding up errors. Same way in case of here also, if there is a negative power in this, if P value, if it is negative, Then also we will take a modulus of p only. If -2 if it is there, we will take 2 only. So we won't take negative when we are considering errors. Okay, some x power -2 is there means 2 into delta x by x only we will be writing. Okay, when we are solving problem, you will be having more clarity on this. We will solve problems further. Okay, so what we can write rule of this, the relative error in a physical quantity raised to the power of p is p times the relative error in the individual quantity. P times p into, okay, p multiplied by relative error in the individual measurement, right? So that is about complete information on relative errors theory, so that if we solve some more problems, we will have complete clarity on this. Relative error concept almost it is over, only problems part we have.